Before I start this week, I want to say that I made some changes since last week. So I added a new dependency because we are going to need for the debug. I have changed association in here, and because of that, now let me run. Watch. We have the expansion working correctly, so we can do this way on the tests, questions, and then the answers, and we have everything like a tree. And also I changed the UIDs so we don't have a problem in this new week challenge. So let's start. And basically they want us to make here some action, and we have some validations to do in the action. And I'm going to start by creating the test file they provide us. So here test HTTP, and basically this is what we are going to run to test this week challenge, and then we're going to copy this to our service. Let's copy cut service and put it here. And basically they want us to create an action called assign question to test, so let's do it. And if you see, we are going to receive a parameter here. And also I'm going to start by the last part, that is define the bound action. So I can just come here and see how they do it. So basically like this. So actions, action, you can just copy this and change. So I'm going to start by this because this way we can debug our function, our action in this case. So our action is going to be called like this, and we're going to receive this parameter that is an integer, and we're going to return a string. And what is happening? It's this, and we need actions here too. Actions, action, then the name, returns. What is wrong here? Okay, just needed to close and open again. Okay, so in here, if we open this bound and versus bound, we have this perfect example that basically says that we are going to receive our entity, our keys, and then the parameters. So let's do that. So we are going to receive the tests, because if you look to the test file, we are going to call tests, and since we are here, I'm going to put the ID of our test, and that's it. And in here I'm going to say keys, and I'm going to return a string like they want us to. You can see it on step 3, or in the end result. Basically they are expecting a string, and now we're going to do a console log to see if it's working. We have a warning. This is because we need to put these together, these two lines. And as you can see, we are entering. So to be more easy to debug, we could also run, if you did everything correctly in the intro, you should have the launch, and launch provides us this, the debug mode, and basically we can put a breakpoint and make the call. And as you can see, it stopped, and we have all the global variables and the methods and the local things. So this is really useful in case you don't know what you are doing, or if you need to debug your code. Just don't forget that this is not like CDS watch that you save and the service is reloaded. You need to press here to reload the service. So let's start. And the first thing they say is that we need at least one question count. The question count should be one at least. So let's do that. Let's say questions count should be bigger. No, if it's smaller than one, we're going to return an error. At least the questions count should be 1. Okay. And the second validation is that there need to be questions with a test. So first we can just test this, and if we send 0, we don't receive, like I said, we need to reload. So it starts, okay. And in here, now we want to validate to see if there is any questions with test ID 0. So how we do that? First of all, we're going to grab the entity question. So can we here const questions? If you see, let me put a breakpoint. We have the CDS entities in here, and in here we have questions. So that's what I'm going to grab. So CDS entities, did this, and we grab the questions. Then I want to see if we have any question that is with the test empty. So select from questions where the test ID is null. And we need to pass this to a sync. And now we can refresh and run our test again. Let me put this here to be more easy. And close this. So, I need to change the request, of course. Let's put 1. And run. Now we pass. And we receive the questions and we do a select, but it's empty. It's empty because we need to create new questions. And since we are here, I'm going to create 3 new ones and remove the ID. So one more. And now I'm going to need new IDs. So generate UID. And we have one here. We have the second one here. And we have the third one. Okay. And now we refresh. Send requests. And now we should be able to have 3, right? Correct. As you see, we have our new 3 questions. I can just change these to X, W, Z, so I can differentiate them. And let me take the breakpoint and continue. So now we're going to check if we receive any question. Yeah, because we need questions to update. So if there are no questions, we tell the user. And now we should do our update. And how I'm going to do that is simple as a for loop. And in here, I'm going to say that is the questions length. because we want to update how many the user says, but we can only update how many we have. So for that, I'm going to do a counters. So updated equals 0, and if it reaches the final, it's updated. And if updated is, I can just put an equal, but let's put this, or you can just, maybe this smarter. So no, we need that index. No, okay, I'm thinking wrong. Index, and if the update equal questions count, we have update all, and we break from here. And in the end, we really just need to say, like they show us in their example, 3 questions successfully added to the test. Okay, so we say updated questions successfully added to the test. Okay, and in here is where we're going to do our update. So as we do the select, we're going to do await, update to our questions, entity questions, and we're going to set the test ID to our keys ID. I don't know if we still can, but basically if you see, the keys are going to have the fields of our keys, and since we only have one, we put it here, and now we say where our ID questions index, because it's the where we are. So basically we are rotating all the questions, and we grab the ID. So we are going to update the question where we are with the ID of our test that we selected. So basically we selected the test here. Okay, so we can save this and refresh. I think we have all the validations. We don't, okay, yeah, that's what we are doing. Yeah, this is good enough. So now I'm going to come here and go to the questions and expand the test. As you can see, we have 3, and we have 3, and if we run for 1, we should have only updated 1. So 1 question successfully tested, and we have this one updated. Let's refresh this again, and now let's put 3 and run again, and now we should have all the 3. And yeah, that's basically it. This is the result that they want, and yeah.